All right. So firstly, I wanted to ask you, how did Mummy become a band? What was the first time you guys met each other, and how did it become a band?
Oh, geez, it's a long, 5-year story. So me and Ryan met in middle school through one of our friends. Our friend said him and Ryan were starting a band, and I had just started playing guitar. So I was like, yo, let me join, even though I still sucked the guitar. So I started playing in Ryan's basement when we were 15, and then that's when me and Ryan kind of got together, and we kept playing together. Eventually, we came up with the name Mummy because we thought it sounded cool, and my solos were exotic, Phrygian dominant stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So then we were on and off, and then high school we got back together with Tyler, and then we brought Tristan into the band a little bit later.
I remember you also speaking about early on, who was it you were frustrated with that didn't use a timer?
Oh, both Ryan and Tyler didn't use a metronome. And I was super angry about that. That was a fight in the band for a minute. Yeah, but we use them now, so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So what was the first time Mummy played as a first piece? One piece, first show?
We didn't go under the name Mummy for it, but I'd consider it Battle of the Bands in 2019. It was me, Ryan, Tyler, and this other kid that isn't really worth mentioning. And that's kind of the show that made us all decide to start Mummy again and keep going that route.
So what was the first song you officially released as Mummy?
It was The Cursed Crypt. It was this shitty demo that I recorded on my phone 4 years ago. Well, 5 years ago now. And we just took it from my phone and put it on Ryan's computer. Then I laid super shitty vocals over it, and then just dropped it because we wanted to get stuff out so bad.
So what made you see the long run, the longevity of Mummy? What was it for you that made you see something in this group?
I did this TikTok where I was screaming Britney Spears, and that brought a lot of attention onto the band, and people really enjoyed the band, and we were getting a bunch of follows and a bunch of views, and it was all really positive feedback. So that's kind of what helped me see that we could do something with this.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That was not the answer I was expected, but I like that better. So what was the first show you played as a group that was an adrenaline rush?
I forgot which one it was. It was our third or fourth show, and for whatever reason, we just had this huge turnout, and people were going insane. It was at Gold Blood with Harvest of Ash and No Juror. And it was we packed that tiny room, and everyone was going pretty nuts. We started a wall of death. It was pretty cool night.
So was there a specific point where you knew this was the group that was for you? Was there a specific point where you were all right, this shit is for me, this is perfect?
Just after our, I want to say our fourth No, like third or fourth show, and that was kind of when I was like, yeah, this is pretty fun. I love doing this, but like especially when we started recording the album, is when I like really was like, yeah, this is what I want to do for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, like, what is the significance of Mummy to you? Like, what does Mummy mean to you specifically?
Let me think for a sec.
Is it the brotherhood or
Like,
just the sound?
I mean, a little bit of both, honestly. I'm pretty good friends with all the guys in the band. Then just the sound that we've sort of been developing and that we're still really evolving is really enjoyable to me as well. I think mostly it's just like the ability to be able to make music and for other people to appreciate it is what I like the most about the band.
Oh yeah, that's the best
just sort
part.
of like, yeah, definitely, especially at like shows and everything.
Would you say as a band you have found your sound, or is it still evolving?
It's definitely still evolving. I don't think we'll ever like stick to one particular sound because it's kind of boring to all of us. We kind of just want to keep moving to the next thing and trying to make ourselves better.
I love that because, you know, I listened to Tomb, the full album, and then I heard the newest single, Pick Your Poison, and it totally threw me off guard. It was like,
yeah,
it was great. Like, I love it. Is there a full album coming along with that Pick Your Poison?
Yeah, we're supposed to start working on that within the next few weeks. So it probably won't be coming out until like next year. We want to really polish this one and work on it.
That's awesome. So, gonna go into maybe a more touchier subject here. So, what was a specific reason for Ryan's departure, and how has it been with the newest person filling in?
With Ryan, there was always a lot of like butting heads between me and him. We both have like extremely different like artistic visions and creative processes and everything, and we would get in fights a lot before shows and everything, and he just felt like he didn't have enough like control within the band, and he wanted to be doing more.
Right.
And we were kind of fighting about how we wanted to execute things and everything. So one day, just kind of started to leave as the relationship sort of grew apart.
So how has it been? Has it been a good experience with the newest guitar player? How has that been?
Yeah, and Angelo, I've known him since like high school, and he's pretty good friends with Tristan too. And it was pretty easy to bring him in, and he picked up the songs pretty quick. So, like we played that podcast, and it was pretty good. We've all got pretty good chemistry together.
You know, I gotta admit, since he joined the band, and I listened to Tomb, the full album, and I listened to Pick Your Poison, like the quality is like really much. It's increased a lot. I've been really liking the new stuff.
Thanks. Yeah, with Tomb, we kind of wanted like a more like live raw sound.
Yeah.
And they were all songs that were like written and left over from when me and Ryan started the band. With this, we went into the studio like fresh, wanting to have like a more produced sound, and it just turned out pretty good with the writing process. It was a pretty fun time.
So Ryan expressed to me that he started getting really drunk before shows. Do you think that kind of led to the departure?
Yeah, Yeah, I think so, because there's this frustration where I wanted it to be more polished live, and I didn't know he'd be like drinking before shows, but I could definitely tell that he'd be a little sloppier on some occasions, and I'd get mad, and he'd get mad, and it would just kind of cause just kind of like toxicity and anger, and yeah, I think ultimately like that, and just creative differences, honestly.
So the last time I saw you was on January 27th, and I believe there was about 3 System of a Down covers. Who came up with that idea? Because that was great.
Oh, yeah. I have always been like a simp for System of a Down's first album.
Yeah.
So for our second show, our third show we ever played, I suggested that we cover Sweet Pea, and we all had like a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to do suggestions too, because I thought we could make that into something really cool, and it turned out pretty dope, and we all enjoyed playing those songs. So
yeah, that was great. Yeah. So, what would you say is your biggest achievement as a vocalist or a part of the band? What has been your like absolute golden moment?
I think just like how fast my vocals progressed, because like you listen to the like first demo and it's kind of just like regular, just like yelling kind of thrash style, and then within like a year I turned that into my vocals now. So I think that's kind of like the thing I'm most proud of, is just how fast I was able to progress and like learn how to do what I do now.
Oh, definitely. And like, what steps have you taken as a band to keep progressing your sound?
Just kind of keeping an open mind and like listening to all different types of music. Angelo coming in definitely brought like a new flavor, because he's just like this big death metal kid. And none of us are really like huge on death metal. Like, we all like it. It's just he's like an avid death metal guy. So that just like I try to listen to like other genres of music, and Tyler also listens to other genres of music. So just kind of like keeping an open mind, and then like allowing each other to sort of add to the process and blend our sort of musical flavors together.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, what can we expect from Mummy this year or next year? Like, what's coming up that we can really look forward to? Is there any new merch?
Guarantee, like, yeah. Actually, this summer we're gonna be doing a merch drop of like a couple shirts and some other accessories. We just confirmed a show in June, so we'll see if we end up getting to play that.
Yeah.
And just like this year, keep an eye out for some singles scattered here and there. I don't have anything for sure, but this year, singles scattered, and then next year, hopefully a new album.
So there's definitely new stuff coming.
Yeah, definitely. We're not going to go silent.
And I also want to talk about you as a vocalist. Like, what are some of your main inspirations?
Tom Barber is like a pretty big inspiration for me. His vocals were always just like nuts to me, so I wanted to kind of emulate that. And Joe from Fit for an Autopsy is another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Like, when I started listening to them, I was like, wow, I want to be able to do this. And like, I've always really liked Rob Flynn from Machine Heads. I've always liked his clean vocals.
Oh yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah, I've always loved him. Those guys are probably the 3 biggest ones for me, to be honest.
Well, that's great. So, just to end it off, tell us where we can find the music, what's coming up, and just a free plug to plug whatever you want.
Okay. You can find the music on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Pandora, all the standards. We've got like a demo on Spotify. You can find us just by searching up Mummy. There's two of them though. One of them's an indie band from the UK, so make sure you got the right Mummy. And then just keep an eye out for singles and shows as they come up. Hopefully, June 19th is our next show, maybe. So
Awesome. And just to end it off, what is your main goal that you want to accomplish with all of this?
To be able to survive off of just playing music. I don't care how luxurious it is. I just want to be able to live and play music.
Hey, well, that's admirable, and I appreciate you taking the time to answer my questions, and I wish nothing but success for your journey.
Thanks, man. You too.